Today you go kayaking on the coast in the south of France. You start from the beach of Cassis and will paddle all the way to the national park Collin de Cassis. It is considered to be one of the must-see destinations here on the coast, so you start your paddle trip full of anticipation. Here, near the beach, the water is relatively calm, but you've been told that the closer you get to the open sea, the more wavy it gets. In general, the sea is supposed to get choppier during the day, but you don't worry, you're prepared for any swell, and for now you stay close to the shore to watch the town from the sea. It doesn't take you long to realize that you won't be seeing much of the city as you paddle away from it, so you focus on what you came for today, the beautiful white ocean and everything that comes with it. And already in the morning there's a lot going on. You discover countless small sailboats on the sea. You've never sailed before, but are totally excited. How must it feel to be propelled all alone by the wind? It's certainly not that easy. Like so many things, it takes a lot of training to make the sport fun, you imagine. It takes practice and regular training to get ahead. In the midst of the sailboats, another kayak sneaks by. Sure, they are faster because there are two of them, but it still spurs you on to push yourself a little harder. Your work is bearing fruit quickly. In no time at all, you have even overtaken the other kayak and have made incredible progress. The beach from Cassis to your back is getting smaller and smaller, whereas your enthusiasm to paddle here in the middle of France on the sea is getting bigger and bigger. You stay close to the coast. On the one hand, you find it incredibly interesting to observe the cliffs and the isolated buildings built in and on the cliffs, and on the other hand, you see that on the open sea the waves are already a bit bigger, and you want to avoid them as long as possible in order to move forward quickly. You've been meandering along the coast for a while now, and although it's still a little way off, you can see the last cliff on the coast. You have to get there first, and from there it's not too far to the Collin de Cassis that you've chosen as your destination. As long as there's not much going on here, you watch the sea, enjoy the sound of the waves, and dream of the clear turquoise water of the bay and the steep limestone cliffs that form small fjords. In short, of the Collins that you can hardly wait to discover. You've enjoyed these quiet moments alone on the sea in motion very much, are still immersed in your dreams, when suddenly everywhere you look there's something to look at. In the sky appears a small plane that draws its circles, and quite surprised you realize that the coast ends abruptly here. This must be the entrance to the first of the bays. Your destination, however, is the third one, which means you stay on course straight ahead along the coast. It's a real spectacle here. Once more the plane flies into your field of vision, you discover a whole group of kayakers who must have the same destination as you A tourboat comes towards you, and you hope that it doesn't create too big waves that would make you capsize. You don't want to leave it to chance and literally take matters into your own hands and paddle even closer to the shore. A good idea anyway, so that you can have a closer look at the rock formations, colors and reflections. You feel like you're on a journey of discovery, and your curiosity about what surprises and sights await you around the next corner keeps you moving. With a grin, you realize that the ship coming towards you is not moving at all, and your fear of capsizing was completely unfounded. But better to be prepared, you think. It was worth it in any case. How wonderfully beautiful it was, and still is, to look at the cliffs from close up, you reflect. You've done well up to now, and you're proud to have made it to the last cliff. After the last rock in the sea, you can turn right, and your goal will be right in front of you from then. The only thing is that the waves are a little rougher here, and you have to fight quite a lot to get forward. But you know that you can do it. You increase your concentration and push forward with all your might. Now you can see it clearly in front of you, the Calanque des Noirs, which is considered to be the most beautiful bay around Cassis. Most of your trip is behind you, and although it has been beautiful so far, you are sure that this bay is going to top it all. You keep paddling straight ahead. The second of the bays is on your right, but all good things come in threes, as you know, you say to yourself. The sea has also calmed down a bit here, and without the waves that slowed you down before, you're now moving incredibly fast. You reach the opening of the Calanque, which is like a fjord. The cliff rises from the sea on both sides, and at the very end there's the bay. You look around, and it's simply impressive what our nature has to offer, and you appreciate that you have the chance to observe this special place from the water. It offers a completely different perspective, you realize once again. By now quite out of breath, but that's okay. It's not far to the end of the bay. You're fascinated by the narrow and deeply cut bay. The rock walls rise steeply and shine extremely white. The shallow water sparkles and offers a fascinating play of colors with the bright rock walls. You don't know where to look first, or if you should just stop, but you decide to paddle to the end. A good idea, as you will soon find out. The water is getting shallower, moving is getting easier, and especially with your physical strength that is used to the waves, it almost feels like flying now. The scenery is getting more and more spectacular. Small caves appear that other kayakers are exploring, but you put that off for later. You're so well in motion right now and keep moving forward. The closer you get to the beach, the more you understand why so many people are so fascinated by this bay. Not only the fjord-like shape and the imposing cliffs, but also the water that shines an ever brighter turquoise the closer you get to the beach, are an absolute eye-catcher. You're almost there. You don't even notice that you're doing sport. This blue water makes you forget everything else. You keep moving, simply because it's such an incredible feeling to paddle around in this turquoise water. You keep moving for a few more seconds before you will stop and marvel at everything in peace. You made it. I'm impressed. That's moments we move for.